All right, guys. So let's get started again. If you want to say anything, like don't be afraid to say anything. I'm not gonna get mad at you. I'd rather have you guys interacting than just me just talking at you the whole time. So, this is one topic we have not discovered yet. We haven't really went over too much, and there's good reason for it, but it is important. But I feel like gets over it gets overstated by like a lot of things you're going to see in the media and TV and things like that. Like, and we all kind of know their gimmicks at this point, like the 5 minute abs and things like that. Other things such as like, there's just been a lot of different things hit the fitness industry in the last 20 years. So, and it's always mainly around workout based stuff like, hey, if you do this certain type of workout, it's going to get you the best results and this and this and this. And honestly, at the end of the day, guys, like that, the workout's great, but like when the nutrition isn't, where it's supposed to be, you're not going to get anywhere. And, I've had firsthand experience with this. I owned a gym for almost 10 years. And, we had people that would get really great results and they followed a meal plan and all of that good stuff. And then we had people that, they'd be there for 3 years and be the exact same as, when they came in. And they came back to that nutrition, right? And you can give people meal plans day and night, up and down. But the thing is, like a meal plan is not a sustainable thing. Okay. And that's why we preach that when you guys first come in the program, like if you think you're just gonna follow this meal plan the whole time, like you're kidding yourself because there's gonna be birthdays, there's gonna be holidays, there's gonna be vacations. Like you have to learn how to work around those things. And it does take trial and error. If we could do it for you, like we would, but we're not in those situations for you. So that's where it's on your part to do the trial and error. And then when you have questions about the trial and error, you come to us with it. Okay. So, but anyways, we're going to be touching on the best workouts and exercises here. Okay. So, cool. So kind of what I just went over. So it's only about 10% of the equation. I say 10%, a lot of people say it's 20% fitness, 80% nutrition. Either way, we know that just the nutrition that you're implementing every day is just way more important as far as fat loss and building muscle even than it is the exercise. Okay. So don't believe the hype about, what workout's going to work best. Okay. So like boot camp used to be the thing back in the day. Then it turned to CrossFit. Before that, it was like HIIT training, um, high intensity interval training. Now we got hot works because, when you're 150 degrees at core temperature, you're going to burn more fat. Like, no. The shake weight. Who's got a shake weight? I know there's like statistics say 1 out of 10 people have a shake weight. So who is it? We got like 20 people in this group. Who's got the shake weight?
Bro,
It's cool.
we got three of them in my boxing gym.
Are you serious? Or are you joking?
I'm dead serious. I hate that.
Man.
I hate that.
Throw those things away.
I hate those things.
Tell me what those grown men going like this in the boxing gym, like what does that look like, man? Come on.
I have yet to see somebody use it. It's been in the same spot for at least 6 years.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. And it's like, but the way they market these things, it's just hard not to believe sometimes. Like, wow, that really looks like it could work, But so, if you got a shake weight, don't feel ashamed. It's cool. Like we've all bought something that we probably shouldn't have back in the day, right? So get some physical activity. That's the biggest thing. Like I tell everybody, like we got people in this program that literally all they do is walk every single day and they're getting results because the nutrition and their habits and all of that good stuff is so dialed in the right way, right? But ideally you should be working out a minimum of 2 to 3 days per week, moderate to intense exercise. So there's also NEAT, so non-exercise activity thermogenesis. Okay. Does anybody know what that means? Well, I guess it's right there for you. But basically, what that is just like all of the exercises that, or not the exercise, the activity that we do on a daily basis, whether it's getting up, taking a shower, walking to the car, like all of these things that take energy. Because believe it or not, like even those things take your energy. Like it takes energy and calories to just to be alive, right? Just for our organs to function the right way, all that good stuff. So that's what your NEAT is, okay? And this is where our equations come in. We need to know exactly where your NEAT's at so we can diagnose where your food needs to be at so we can diagnose basically your entire program, right? That's where we start. So remember
Hey,
that
man.
exercise. Yes, sir.
Hey, real quick on that thermogenic stuff. So before I started with you guys, I went to the Max Muscle, whatever the heck it was or whatever, and got some of that stuff and some like VitaCell and other stuff. So is that stuff you recommend we use, or should I not even mess with that stuff at all?
So that's a good question. I am going to do a presentation on supplements at some point. I have not done that yet. For right now, just to make it short, the only thing you should really focus on right now is probably a protein shake for your supplement. And that's just, again, going to help you get more protein, which helps you build and maintain your muscle. And then maybe a pre-workout. Maybe a pre-workout just for like right before your workout if you're feeling sluggish, if you're feeling tired. But like the pre-workout's not going to give you bigger muscles or anything like that. What, you know, sometimes people say stuff like that. So
I take a thermogenic for a pre-workout.
Yeah. What'd you say?
Just for a pre-workout though. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, I have caffeine for a pre-workout. It's really just anything that kind of wakes you up, gets you alert. But there's different things. We could really get into that, you know, but those are basically it for now. Cool. Good question, man. Appreciate you asking that. So fitness should be fun and it should not feel like a chore. Okay. So obviously there's no matter what kind of fitness you do, guys, like there's going to be days where you just don't feel like doing it. Like ask Coach Eric, ask Coach Walker, ask some of the elites that's been doing this for a while. There's probably a good couple of days where they might not even feel like going to the gym. Okay. I have those days at least once or twice a week, right? But we just go anyway because that's our pattern, that's our routines, that's our successful habits, right? But with that being said, you shouldn't dread every single time you're gonna go work out, right? So if you hate running and you say, I'm gonna go run a marathon, I'm gonna will my way into training for it every day, like you could, not saying you can't, but like, is that a long-term sustainable solution? Now, if you're just wanting to do one marathon, say you did it, that's cool. But if you think that's going to be your training program for the rest of your life, like you're kidding yourself, right? And it's just like anything else, like, you know, if you don't love kickboxing, but you think you're going to just, hey, I saw Rocky the other night and I'm going to go kickbox every single day in my garage. Like, you know, it's got to be something you enjoy. It's got to be something fun for you. And it's got to be something that you don't have to drag yourself to do every single day, right? There's going to be days where you do have to do that, but it shouldn't be every day. So find something that you like, that's going to make those long lasting changes for you guys. And it's okay to try new things. Like, don't feel tied down to one thing, especially nowadays. Like, there's so much different ways of fit. I mean, they got fitness pole dancing classes now. Like, you can literally get fit in any way you want to, whether it's Zumba, pole dancing, like, you know, CrossFit, boot camp, like whatever your thing is. But you got to find your thing too. And sometimes that takes a while. Like, it took me several years to find what I would consider my thing that I'm probably going to do for the rest of my life, right? And I have my story at the end of this presentation to kind of show you my phases of what I've gone through over the past 20 years or whatever, you know. So the biggest thing is just keep your body moving, guys. It's all about keeping your body moving. At the end of the day, we were meant to be in motion. We're not meant to be sitting around like slugs, right? I was talking to somebody the other day where it's like we're not even meant to sit in chairs. So a lot of people don't realize that, like, you're actually meant to be like able to hold a squat like you're down, like babies do. Like my son, perfect squat ever, right? Because it's ingrained in him. But like we can't do that. We lose our mobility because of the modernization of this world, right? And that's okay, but we still got to practice that mobility in our training. Okay, so flexibility and range of motion is huge. Okay, as you get older, especially too, joints get stiffer, things like that. The more range of motion and flexibility you have, the longer you're gonna feel better for it. So just remember that, guys. Like, think about like our early ancestors and how they moved and how they did things. It wasn't like it was today. So we got to always remember, like, our body is more capable than what we think it is. All right. So well-rounded fitness routines, what should these include? Okay, so this is something that I always implemented in my gym. Okay, because I always said there's 4 key components that you need to have in a good workout routine. Okay. And if you're working out Trainerize or what, Coach E gave you or whoever, typically they have all these things in there already. Okay. So you don't have to worry about it. But if you're creating your own routine, then you really have to start thinking about, what your exercise routines look like. So I always say make sure there's a strength component. Okay. Strength component could be body weight or it could be lifting weights. Okay. It doesn't have to be just lifting weights. It can just be your own body weight. Okay. It's all about just that resistance training, whether it's, your own body weight or some kind of weight lifting. As long as you have some kind of strength piece in here, you're going to have a good routine here. Okay. Second thing should be cardio. Okay. And cardio doesn't have to be just running or biking or what we would consider traditional forms of cardio. Okay. All cardio has to do is elevate your heart rate, and either consistently or in spurts. So by consistent, I mean, it could be running on the treadmill, it could be doing the bike, it could be doing the elliptical. Okay. That's a steady, moderate pace of cardio, right? Or it can be in spurts, where I'm talking about more of the high intensity interval training, your kickboxing, your boot camps, your CrossFits, the things that where you're like going, you take a little break and then you go. So it could be 20 seconds on, 10 seconds of rest, any type of way that you can kind of split up your cardio. That would be more in spurts. Okay. And you could do either one, both are good. It's just kind of what your preference is. Core. Okay. Oh, Walker knows what this looks like because he's a trainer at my gym, and these were always the 4 things that were like, you guys got to have all 4 of these things in the workout, no matter what. So core training. So your core, if you don't understand what your core is, guys, it's not just your abs. Okay. If it was just your abs, we would just say abs. Core is basically everything from your neck to your hips, right? And that includes your lower back. So when we're working the core, when we're doing core exercises, it should be working all of that. Crunches are not core exercises. Those are ab exercises, okay? Core exercises are things like planks. They're things like V-ups. They're things like Russian twists, okay? Those are going to work your entire core, and your core is basically the thing that protects your back and just your middle area, right? So we have to make sure that it's nice and strong, especially if we're lifting. Your core is going to take a big role in everything you're going to do. Okay. So make sure that you're incorporating some kind of core, basically ab and back exercises. Okay. And anytime you need instructions or you need videos on that, just ask your coach. We'll get you whatever you need to understand this better. Then we have the upper and lower. Okay. So you don't ever want to do just upper or just lower. Now, if you want to split your days, that's cool. Like the traditional bodybuilders might do chest one day, they might do leg one day, they might do back and, tries the next day. There's just tons of different ways to split up your body parts. But you always want to make sure you're doing both, right? We all know that guy that he does all upper body all the time. Like you never see him working legs. He's got chicken legs, whatever. And then we all know the chick that's like just wants to get that big booty, and all you ever see is working legs. Like, be both, guys. Don't be a cliche. Like, you got to do both. You got to do all of these things, right? To be well-rounded.
Can you be the guy with the big booty?
Yeah, you could be the guy with the big booty too. That'd be all right. Big butts for guys are in nowadays, Walker.
So are dad bods, and we don't want those.
That's true too. Our dad bods look a little
I see
different.
Bryce down there.
All right. What time of day is the best time to work out? I get asked this question so many times, and the truth is there really is no best time of day. Okay. And a lot of people are going to tell you, oh, you should work out in the morning. It's the best time. Like, as far as fat loss and muscle building, like, it doesn't matter what time you're doing your workout, guys. Now, what does matter is when it feels the best, right? So doing your workout in the morning, a lot of reason that people think it's better is because somewhat it is when you have energy levels throughout the day, you kind of get it out of the way. So for those reasons, it is better. As far as your physique, your fitness level, like, it makes no difference. But if you do your workout later at night, sometimes it's harder to do your workout later at night. Sometimes if you do a really late workout, it's harder to go to bed because you're awake, right? You just worked your body. So I always say the best workout time is the best workout time that works for you, right? So you have to be realistic with yourself. If you suck at getting up in the morning, like saying you're going to get up at 5 a.m. to go work out, it's probably not going to work out too well for you, right? In the same token, if you like to put things off and you don't follow through, saying you're going to go work out at 5 p.m. at night after a long day of work, when 9 out of 10 times you want to just come home and lay on the couch, isn't probably going to work for you either, right? And then you ask me, well, Matt, what if I'm kind of both of that? And that's cool. Then you got to bite the bullet and figure out which one is going to work for you. Okay. And typically it's the morning one, because the morning you don't have the excuses to put it off. The only thing that's stopping you is actually getting up. Okay. And then you just need to work on your evening routine, going to bed at the same time every night, winding down the right way, and setting yourself up for success the next morning. Okay. If you're one that wants to hit the alarm 500 times, put that alarm across the room, make yourself physically get up. You do that a couple of times, your ass is going to be up anyway. So you might as well just go do your workout, right? So you got to figure out what's going to work best for you. And that can be trial and error too. Maybe you try a few in the evening, maybe you try a few in the morning, and you see what really works best for you. Okay. I like to do mine right at 8, 9 o'clock in the morning. I don't have to get up super early. I don't have to do it later at night. If I didn't have that luxury, I would definitely probably just do it in the morning and get it done and feel great for the rest of my day. So if does anybody have any questions on that? Okay.
Not questions, but kind of just a support type thing. Like me with the kids, it really depends. Like for me, I know like during the summer, they're going to get up early. They're going to be, doing all their stuff, but I just make sure they make it to bed on time. I do my workout at night, but when they're in school, it's super easy for me to take them to school, then come home, work out, and be done. So I think that morning and night also can depend on schedule also.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's definitely okay to like switch it up from time to time. Now, I don't recommend like, well, Monday I'm gonna do morning, Tuesday I'm gonna do evening, Wednesday I'm gonna do more, because when you're all over that place, dude, like you have no routine and set. Okay. Some people probably could get away with that, but most people aren't going to be able, because it has to be the same time every day for you to build on these routines. Just like you eat at the same times every day, just like you need to go to sleep. Like these things need to happen at the same time. If you think you're just going to jump all over the map, like it's going to be very tough. Okay, so make it ingrained, schedule it out. We talk about time blocking a lot in this group. So a lot of you guys are working from home now too, so you really have to get good with your schedules. You got to time block that shit, man. Do not let anything get in the way with like, I will not let anybody have my morning times. I will not let anybody have my evening times. Okay. No matter how much I want to like help someone or how bad, whatever, like these are my times that I need. Otherwise I'm going to be thrown off, and you guys got to get really, really strict and disciplined with that as well too. And be able to tell people no, be like, no, I can't do that, and that's okay. That gives you strength. Okay. But if you always push over and allow people to impede on your you time. I was talking to a woman the other day that, my husband, is supposed to give me this me time, but he never really gives it to me. And It's like, you got to have that hard conversation with him. And you got to say, hey, this is my me time and I need this, but you got to take it serious too. If you tell him, hey, I need these time, and 2 days later, you're not taking that time, like he's not going to take that serious because you don't. People are only going to take your goals as serious as you do. Once you show them that you're serious about it, they're going to leave you alone. They're going to understand the way your thought process, right? But if you never take yourself serious, why would anybody else, right? All right. So what do you do if you just don't like to work out? Like a lot of people just don't like to work out, and that's cool. It took me I want to honestly say I've always had a love-hate relationship with working out. Some people just love it. Okay, like my guy Walker, like that guy's probably never had a bad workout in his life because he just loves to work out, right? He's never probably had to talk himself. I'm sure he has, but
Only one.
Only one time.
Yep.
The whole 18 years of his life, he's only had one. No, he's like, how old are you?
24.
He's 24. All right. So, and that's cool, guys. Like, if you just don't love to work out, like, don't make yourself feel bad for seeing other people that love to work out. Like, maybe it's just not your thing, right? Is going to work every single day your thing? Is, giving your kids baths your thing? Like there's a lot of shit that we do every day that we're not in love with, right? But we just do it because we know it got to be done. Like there's literally 3 or 4 nights a week where I'm like, dude, I don't want to take a shower right now. It just sounds like a lot of work, right? I'm sure we've all been there, but it's like, it's kind of disgusting not to, right? So we just do it. So that's how you got to be with your workout. You really just got to get to a point where like, you just do it. But also a few keys that you can do is if you don't love to work out, that means you don't want to spend a ton of time doing it, right? So like, why don't you do something more high intensity interval training, something that gets you breathing heavier and sweating faster, because then you can knock out, 20, 30-minute workout of high intensity as opposed to an hour of 2 hour of moderate intensity, right? I don't recommend moderate intensity for someone that just doesn't like to spend a lot of time working out, right? Like when you first start, you got to be moderate, but after a while, you got to get after it and get it done, right? And there are a lot of benefits to the HIIT style training, right? Because you're going to build a little bit more muscle, burn a little bit more fat at one time, based off of the way it works. Now, again, that's all caveat to if your nutrition is in place. Like if your nutrition is in place, it doesn't matter what kind of workout you do. Like we ain't getting anywhere, right? At least not after the first probably 4 or 5 weeks. So more intense workouts. If you just don't love to do it, get it done quicker, but get the biggest bang for your buck. Okay. Keeping it varied. Okay. Doing different things. Like for me, I'm a scatterbrain. So like doing the same thing, for 10 sets in a row, like that gets tough for me. That's why I veered away from like traditional lifting myself. I do more of like boot camp style, CrossFit, high intensity stuff. For me, that works really well. Now, some people love to spend a couple hours in the gym and take their time, and maybe that's their zen time, and that's cool. There's nothing wrong with that either. But that's just if you need something faster, Zumba, kickboxing, boot camp, that type of thing. Beach body workouts are good for that. And then we have, what if you do love to work out, right? What if you just, hey, this is my me time. I want to be in the gym for an hour, 2 hours at a time. Want to take my time. I want to try to build the most muscle at one time. This is when the weightlifting aspect would come into play. So this is where we get like performance-based goals, okay? AKA like how much can I deadlift? How much can I squat? Like retesting these things over a specific period of time are really good too, where you can see like, how much you've improved, and that keeps you motivated as well too. So if you do love the workout, I definitely would go that route. You could do the HIIT style type working out and, do it a lot, but it's harder to do, a very intense exercise for, 2 hours at a time. Like it gets to be a lot. So you could do a little bit of both. You could weightlift and then you could do like a HIIT style workout after your weightlifting session. There's just tons of way to play with it, guys. And if you need extra help on it, like just let us know. That's what we're here for. So cool. Any questions on any of that? So loving to work out, hating to work out, anything like that? Anybody struggling with that at this time? Nobody's struggling with working out. Everybody just works out every single day. No problems.
I struggle every single day with working out.
Who's that?
Sarah.
Sarah, what up? I was waiting for you to say something.
Well, I just got here, so.
Why are you late?
Because I'm still at work.
Oh, that's dedication right there. She showed up even when she's at work. Yeah, for sure. But what happens? You hate to do it almost every day, and then what?
I do it anyway. Well, most of the time.
That's right.
But I missed half of what was said, so. But yeah, it's especially since I do it at home. It's I'll do it later. Oh, I'll do it later. Push it off, and then it's later, and I'm like, yeah, I'm going to bed. So, but sometimes I'll do 2 workouts the next day to try to make up for it, but it's difficult.
Yeah. What do you feel like the biggest struggle with you, when you have it planned out and you're just pushing it off?
Well, part of it, I just joined a gym recently, so I could help with this, but it's everything else around the house that everything else needs to be done first. So instead of
Mhm.
putting my workouts and all that first, then it's everybody else and everything else at the house.
Wait,
Yeah.
so you're letting other things dictate your working out and your me time. Uh-oh.
Yeah, and my me time doesn't exist very often nowadays, especially with work. Like I have to pick up the slack because at work, I just had somebody quit and somebody else cut back their hours. And so I'm here at work twice as much as I was before. So then I have less time at home. So I have to get more stuff done in that little time that I have. So I'm putting myself on the back burner again.
Non-negotiables, girl. Come on.
I
Better
know.
than that. Let's go. You also got to carve the time out for yourself too. Like, if you're just leaving it up to chance or whenever it's, whenever you get some time, like that's not going to work either. And even if you have a crazy schedule, you don't know what the crazy schedule is going to bring, like try to carve it out and just don't.
Yeah,
But
that's why,
go ahead.
sorry. That's why I joined the gym. So then that way I'll just leave work and go to the gym instead of going home and seeing everything first. Or I'll go to work early. And that's actually starting this week.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. Like, it's probably the smartest thing you could have did is get a gym membership where, because a lot of times it is just bringing yourself in another location, especially when you see other people putting that work in, girl. Like, you ain't gonna go in there and not put the work in when you're seeing other people doing it, right?
Well, and you don't
Oh,
want to waste your gas money. It's a waste of gas money if you're gonna go there and not do what you need to do.
yeah. Well, and I talked to Eric about it before. I've never been like worked out in a gym ever, and I'm terrified to do it, which I'm sure a lot of people are. And it's just something that I'm overcoming right now.
Oh yeah.
Hey, Sarah, what do you do for a living?
I'm a cosmetologist.
So here's what I'm going to say to you. You're a cosmetologist and you help other people have me time. Why aren't you doing it for yourself? You need to tell people no.
Well,
I run a rehab company, and you know what? Sometimes you got to tell people no, or you're going to end up like I was, almost dead. I mean, I was almost 100 pounds overweight. I couldn't get out of bed. I couldn't do anything. At levels of depression, you have to learn to tell people no. And you've got to tell other people they got to step up to the plate and help you.
well, that's what in the past, that's what I've done, but I had somebody quit on me short term, so I had to take in all her clients and try to get them rescheduled. It will settle down after a while, but I don't have a problem telling people no. It's just when it's an inconvenience to the client, that's not their fault, then I got to make up for it, being a business owner.
I get it. I'm right there with you. But don't be afraid to tell those people, hey, you know what? I can't do everything. I'm going to do my best, but I gotta do what's right for me and my family too. And let's get you rescheduled, but make time for you. Just do it. You got to do it no matter what.
So my suggestion is, being a cosmetologist, you run on a schedule. And so my suggestion is you schedule that block of time every day for your exercise. And it doesn't have to be 45 minutes. It doesn't have to be 3 hours long. It can literally be 20 minutes that you just stop and you are like, this is what I'm going to do for 20 minutes.
In the cosmetology world, it's a little bit, yes, we run on a schedule, but sometimes things don't always go according to plan. So when I schedule that time out and time runs over, then I have to figure it out the rest of the day. So if I just plan for the end of my day, the beginning of my day before it starts, then it's going to work better.
No, and I understand that and I hear you. And okay, good. I'm not negating that you don't have issues with like time and whatnot, but at the same time, coming from an outside perspective, to me, it sounds like an excuse. You have to, even if it's not during the day, you have to make that time. Again, if it's 15 minutes that you say, I work at 9 o'clock. So from 8 to 8:15, I'm going to do this Monday, Thursday, Saturday, you know,
And
just
that's why I just joined the gym here in town to do that.
Okay. Cool. Well, I'm gonna keep going here, guys, because we're gonna do a Q&A after this. So that's when we kind of can all get together and help each other and things. But I'm gonna get through this. I only got like a couple more slides, and then we'll be good to go to chat a little bit. Cool. All right. Cool. So here's kind of my backstory on, you know, my love-hate relationship with fitness. So just so you guys can see that, like, you know, it doesn't matter who it is, like you've got to find what your thing is, and you've got to be willing to try new things. And when you feel like, oh, I'm not motivated enough, or I'm just, you know, I have all these excuses, and a lot of times it is just finding what fits you, right? And so my background is, you know, I played sports all through high school. Just basically traditional weightlifting and conditioning for sports, right? And weightlifting was cool when I first started it, you know, but I got bored with it real quick. So obviously I joined the Marines after high school. So just tons of running, basically. They just basically ran us all the time. A little bit of functional stuff, a little bit of weightlifting, not much at all, but mostly just running. Like that's all we did. Okay. So that's when I started hating running at that point, right? So here's where I started hating traditional weightlifting. I started hating running. Okay. So I'm running out of options here, right? And this is what's so great about the last 10 years, guys, because a lot of this fitness stuff that you're seeing now wasn't around 10, 15 years ago. Like if CrossFit was around when I was in high school, like I probably would have been a way better athlete. You know, it would have been something I would have been able to continue for a long time, or just other types of fitness where you could actually go to a facility and do something different besides just weightlifting, right? Or going outside and running. So post-military, went back to weightlifting, got super bored. Again, I just kind of felt like you know, like a loser. I was like, man, I can't motivate myself to do this. I just don't want to, right? Then I started getting into more HIIT training. So HIIT training is high intensity interval training. So think boot camp stylish. So like that's when P90X was hot and all of that. So I was doing a lot of that in my living room. I absolutely loved that. But then guess what? After a while, I got bored with that again, right? Because I like the HIIT style. I like sweating. I like, you know, getting after it, but it wasn't enough weightlifting. Okay. And so this is when I found CrossFit, and it was almost a perfect fit for me. CrossFit was actually made for like military and police officers. So it's a lot of functional stuff, you know, climbing ropes, things I was used to, swinging off bars, just stupid stuff that like only like weirdos like me really like. And then the weightlifting part of it too. So it was non-traditional weightlifting. It was more Olympic lifting. It was more, what's the other type of weightlifting? Olympic and powerlifting, right? I've never done those before. So CrossFit introduced me to those two things. And I love it. And I still do that. And I think that's probably something that I always will do, just because it incorporates exactly what I want. It's not just lifting. It's not just HIIT training. It's not just running. It's just a little bit of everything. But again, you guys got to find your thing. There is no one size fits all fitness. And you just got to find something that keeps you motivated and wanting to come back, right? Cool. So what is the number one exercise? Does anybody know what the number one exercise is? The best exercise that they could ever do? I want you guys to just yell it out. What do you think it is?
walking.
Walking.
Moving.
Jump rope.
Thanks.
Squatting.
Jump rope.
Any activity.
Moving.
Moving. Okay. Cool. Well, you guys are all somewhat right. I think you saw my other slide, or maybe you're just all smart. So walking, guys, it takes the least impact. It keeps your body moving. It's part of that NEAT, okay, the non-exercise thermogenesis. So activity thermogenesis. So it really is the best thing. Like if you cannot do anything, go for a walk, pace around the room, keep your body moving, because you will burn calories. You will feel better. Yeah, you can't say enough for just walking, guys. Okay. A lot of people don't do enough of it. So Cool. So book of the month, as always, did anybody read the last book of the month? Anybody? Man, you guys are disappointing me. Oh, Angelo did. He's raising his hand. It doesn't look like he could be on right now, but
I haven't finished it yet. I started it.
you started it? Good.
Yeah,
What was it again? I don't remember what it was.
can't hurt me.
Was it? No. The last book of
No.
the month.
Oh,
That's
that
it.
one. This is the one I started reading.
Okay, cool. I don't remember what the last book of the month was. I think no.
It was
wasn't
like Eat That Frog.
Yeah, I thought it was Eat That Frog, but I don't think that. No, it was Angelo's book.
Oh,
Yeah, Angelo did the last training. I don't remember what that book was, but that's why I
Attitude is everything.
attitude of everything. Okay. So this ties in really well with your workouts, guys. So this is David Goggins. He was a former Navy SEAL. He was a ultra marathon athlete. He had the work record for most pull-ups at one time, at one point. And he's just a beast. Like he always tries to push his body to the limits. Like if you see the picture behind here, he was a big fat guy for a while, became a Navy SEAL. He tells the story that he was super weak and, anything could budge him off his, path. And finally he did the work that it took in his mind to be able to become the person that he knew he could be. And just reading his story, I mean, this guy's got some crazy stories with the ultra marathon training. The pull-ups, like his hands were bleeding, his feet are bleeding while he's running. Like, the obviously Navy SEAL training, like that stuff's not for the weak, faint-hearted. So it's just a really good book. It'll really motivate you. It'll make you feel like you're not doing anything. And when you don't feel like working out, guys, like you read or listen to a chapter out of this book and you'll be like, man, what am I complaining about here? So highly, highly, highly recommend. Anybody that's read it has loved it. So there's probably a few of you that's probably read it before. Definitely check out that book.
Look, David Goggins makes you feel like a couch potato.
100%.
Dude ran, I think it was five or six 100-mile races consecutively on a Saturday. He said the first time he did it, he did it with water, salt tablets, and Ritz crackers. He didn't know what he was doing, and he ended up with shin splits, broke his foot, all kinds of crap. When he told them he wanted to be a Navy SEAL, he was 300 pounds.
Now he probably weighs like what, 185 or something?
Barely, yeah.
No, like 165.
So,
Damn.
He's lean. Yeah, he's very lean.
Cool. All right. Well, hope you guys got a lot out of that. I really appreciate you all being on here. So this opens up our Q&A. So this can be over the topic I just presented. This can be over just anything in general. Anything you're struggling with, guys, this is a time where we all get together as community, chat about it. So who's got a question? Everybody just knows everything about fitness.
No.
I was gonna say, I don't have a question, but I back in April joined a gym called Hot Works and I absolutely love it. And so I just want to reiterate, like you were saying that, as I think it just really is so important to find something that you enjoy.
Yeah. Awesome.
One thing that I love about this gym too is it's 24/7. You go in, you're doing kind of like HIIT Pilates sort of thing in a sauna. And so you can turn it up. The highest you can go is 130 degrees. And the classes are 15 to 30 minutes long, depending on, one second, peanut butter, are 15 to 30 minutes long, depending on what class you're doing. But you have to pre-book them before you go. And so it is so motivating to me to pre-book them 2-3 days out. And then, like I was saying earlier, it's like I have this appointment And I'm just like, people are like, hey, can I like swing by and do this? Or can I come grab this from you? Or like, hey, do you want to meet and get coffee or do something at this time? I'm like, hey, I'm not available at that time. I have an appointment. And it's just been so great for me to have that like pre-booked, knowing that I'm gonna go there and I'll be done at this time. Please stop. And I just want to rave about it because I absolutely love it. And the sweat you get from this workout is ridiculous. That's
your plug for how it works. Awesome. Cool. And yeah, kind of what she was touching on that about making appointments. I like that too as well, just because like you said, you can tell people like, hey, actually I have an appointment. Like people usually aren't, some are, but most people aren't nosy enough. What's your appointment? What kind of appointment you got? But when you say you have an appointment, it makes it important to not only them, but it makes it important for you as well too. And I know Orange Theory does a thing where if you miss your workout, they actually charge you for missing your workout. Okay. So like that was a thought in my head when I owned a gym, like, wow, we could really do this and, you know, keep people accountable to, you know, because nobody wants to lose money. So it's like, but I didn't want to have to deal with like, you know, well, my dog got hit by a bus or something like that. Can I have that $15 back or whatever? Like that sounded like a headache to me. I didn't want to deal with that. But it's a good thought, you know, put your money where your mouth is and make sure that you're showing up like you said you would. So which you guys all are in this group. But that's kind of their theory behind it. So anybody else have any like awesome workouts that they just love to do, or just something that, or is anybody struggling with, you know, the workout? Maybe they got something on, you know, we programmed something out on Trainerize and you're not loving it right now. You haven't told your coach yet. Or maybe you found, you know, something that you love to do, like just anything.
I finally told Eric that one of his workouts hurt my shoulder. I finally complained about something.
Yeah, yes, you did.
He told me I need to go to the doctor at this point.
Yeah. I'm like, why didn't you say something earlier?
Hey, the
Julie
burpees
said Julie hated me for what she had to do on leg day.
I could push through the burpees, but those were they pike push-ups, those were killer. I could not do those with my shoulder.
They suck
are.
so bad.
Well, that, and I don't know what's going on, but like for the last, I want to say 3 months. Hasn't it been like 3 months, Eric?
Like 3.5, because it wasn't as bad as how it was. You said expressed about it the other day.
So like I don't know what it is, but it's twinging, and I've been going get deep tissue massages and chiropractor, and it's not helping at all.
Do you live in Lincoln?
No, I live in Hickman, but not too far away.
Well, you're not that far away. I could do a fast assessment sometime, Mindy, and tell you if you really need to see a doctor.
Dang, getting hooked up in the body out there.
Where you at?
I'm in Eagle. I'm in Eagle. So
I'm gonna have
whenever
to-
I'm actually home all week. Just call me or text me through Voxer or whatever.
I'm about to come
Sounds
see
good.
you, Julie.
Come on over, man.
I got all the
Anything.
aches and pains.
I'm coming back from Montana just to go up there and get an assessment.
Funny.
There we go.
But look,
What do you
if
do?
anybody in Lincoln or close to Lincoln is looking to learn boxing, that's my favorite workout. Training my boxers every day. So I do fasted cardio in the morning, come home, work all day, go back to the gym and lift, do half the cardio I did in the morning, and then I'll go train boxers for 3 hours.
I'm gonna do that this winter.
Come see me.
I'm gonna.
Be ready to when you go home, you're gonna need a towel. I'm warning everybody, you're gonna need a towel to sit on in your car. So you I promise.
But I told you I'll come in, Eric, but you can't bust any more of my teeth out.
I'm not gonna punch that face. You're gonna be punching me.
I can do that.
You punch me. All the other boxers punch me. They think I'm crazy.
Anger management.
Brittany's a fighter, dude. She'll not
It's
do it,
recommended for anger management.
Hell yeah.
It's a proven fact.
I
You
can
too
see it.
tired to be mad. You're gonna be too tired to be mad when I'm done with you.
Controlled aggression.
All right, somebody's just coming in right now. What's going? They're an hour behind. Ashley, what's up?
She knew we'd still be on at 9.
Yeah, she got on. That's all that matters. All right,
She's
dude.
here.
All right, guys. What's up, Ashley? Oh, there it goes. All right, cool. Well, that's it, guys. I gotta be getting to bed because it's 9 o'clock over here on the East Coast, and you guys know how I am on my evening routines, right? You got
Your miracle
Taliban.
morning.
Miracle
Mhm.
morning every morning, girl.
Hmm.
All right.
Depends on the time of the year that I can get to those. Excuses. We're not doing that.
Just gotta make it happen every day. Got
It's
a
good to
damn
see
robot.
everybody.
Yeah, great to
It's
see
Yeah,
good
it
you
is.
guys.
see everybody.
Yeah, I love
Lots of
doing
new
these.
faces, which is great.
Yeah, a lot of new faces and names. Taliban. Taliban. Damn, he's getting big. What does he weigh? Oh, he muted himself. Eric, you muted.
What's he weigh, Eric?
$160.
Damn.
He weighs more than me.
He weighs more than me too.
He's looking taller than me.
That's awesome.
I was
Wow.
238 again this morning, Matt.
Nice.
I'll probably be 235 tomorrow.
225 by next month, brother.
I don't know about all that. We're gonna
Let's
see.
go.
That's basketball weight.
Yes, sir. You're gonna be skinny mini, man. They're gonna call you skinny mini.
I don't need to be called Lurch ever again in my life. That was my nickname growing up.
Lurch?
Lurch.
Aw.
It's not a good nickname.
Yeah, I was built like the stick figures you draw in kindergarten.
Yeah.
Yeah, serious. When I got to high school, I was 3 inches shorter than I am now, and I was 140 pounds.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Exactly.
And you're
Wow.
tall. You're real tall.
But my
What's up,
brother
Mike?
used to do this. Every time my brother came around, he would do this.
Shit.
Oh my
It's
God.
horrible.
All right, guys, I'm logging off. Once I get off, everybody's gonna have to go bye-bye because I'm hosting the meeting, unfortunately. So
Wait,
you
you're
guys
not
want
doing
to
the
pop back?
no
What's
muscle
up?
pose? No muscle pose? No muscle
What's up?
pose?
What are we
What's
doing?
up, people? People?
Yeah, we already did
Screenshot,
that.
muzzle.
I just hit
Ah, I
my
missed
elbow on the
it.
shelf. Yeah, you
Not
missed
so
it, dude.
funny, is it?
All right.
No, that hurt. All right. See you guys. Have a good night.
Bye.
You guys.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye.
See you guys.